Welcome back to Who's at the Chef's Table with Chef Dan. This week, your hosts, Chef Dan and Doris WithaD, sit down with owner-operators John Anthony and Chef Arby of Krakatoa Indonesian Restaurant in Hollywood, Florida. Part 3.
The universe, our path is guiding us.
This is an extension of
and
your
the-
growth
yeah,
and
yeah.
expand.
Yeah.
I got you.
And,
Yeah.
there was a point where we would just, and the path things were just happening,
Unfolded.
unfolding.
Right before you could even think
Yeah,
of it,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
there.
And we would
Wow.
laugh about it because, we would hear people struggling to do things. We just haven't got seen,
Three
And,
That's 3D.
yeah.
We're in 5D. Thank
Right,
you.
right. And so that's how it's, it's become our little successful thing, I believe. So we have to treat it a little differently, more as a business, because we have a lot of people that depend on us for their livelihood, of course. But it's still, we are still being pulled along in this journey,
And you certainly
And-
will continue to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you keep your heart so good.
The creation is there, and it is allowing us the opportunity to be a part of it. Does that make sense?
Yes, it
At all?
does, because that's what I feel. I mean, we feel.
One of the things, and you some of us thinking
Uh-huh.
is going to be able to say now, and this is successful because you're trying to do
Yes. Yeah.
things you're doing.
Yeah.
There's so many people that last week.
Yes.
Oh, I like, can you can look up successful that? Let's be like them. Well, if you do get to that level, guess what? You guys get to talk to me. Yeah. So you're never gonna see that by doing your original way.
Yeah.
By not trying to do that's it. And I always say, and you hear it 1,000 times. First, to do it. The father, the share the pot.
Right.
It's about creation.
Sure.
You're creating
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You're co-creating it.
But
Yeah. We're
And-
co-creating.
Yeah, and nobody can co-create what you guys are co-creating,
Right.
because that is totally you.
That's
It-
it.
like totally us.
That's really
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be the same. No.
One thing that I do is not about the retail. There is only food, everything for the resource, and so you don't need it. There's, why would I go, why would I come here? If you're copying that, why would I come here? Like, wouldn't I go to do this?
Yeah.
So you're the original, so it's like, you're not trying to do it. And now, I'm going to talk with it. You can just start cooking. I guess so. So how long have you been cooking and how did you start? Back then when I was in Indonesia, I didn't really cook. I used from my mom, my sister, everything. So I guess that's come to Indonesian DNA or gene that that's
Part of
yeah, it's part of us. It's more kind of like situation and condition. So you need to know how to feed yourself. And by who, by how, cook. It's just a simple thing. It's just
I mean, like even when you were a little boy?
yes.
Really?
Everything.
I love it.
Because when I was a kid, I've been telling John the whole thing. I was like, I was everything. I was like, I have to serve with. Did I tell that? Oh my God.
Share.
Yeah, when I was in elementary school, I made my own peanuts, like the one that people up here.
Like a little snack.
Yeah, little snack and the knife. So I had to, everything I put in the plastic. The next time when I go to the gym.
What did you food? How
I
did you create it?
I don't know. I just
the
shredded. Yeah, think of that. And then I was
As a little kid, and then you would sell it.
yeah.
It was
We're
like
talking locally sourced,
go
created by him, and he
and
was
go and
selling
sell
it.
it to all his
Yeah.
classmates.
Yeah, I don't know
Like
that.
what? How old?
That
They like
10,
Okay.
10 years old. So I mean, this week's Monday. I get it when I was kid and the trainer, but I don't have that vision back then when I was, but I had that kind of mentality. And then I was a dumpster diver. And then, how do you call that? Dumpster diver?
I call it a dumpster diver.
Diver. Because I know I came from a very poor family, but I would say 4 widows, one house with a bunch of. So one room will be for the widows and a bunch of people. But I will be there.
What was the name of the?
That's the island.
That's the island. Yeah, the city in Sumbawa.
Okay.
So yeah, the whole widows there, no husband or male figure, it's all woman. So when I see woman or a female, I like to see the female knows what they're doing when they stand in the front.
Yeah, because it's different.
Yeah, because
It's
she's
totally different from a
one
man.
single parent and all of that stuff. And then that's my background story. I sell my yellow rice. Back then when I was in Indonesia, I sell there is something like a sticky rice.
Right.
And when you were in Boy Scout,
Yeah, when I
actually cooked.
when I was in Boy Scout, yeah, that's like 9, 10 years old.
Because he was already a
No,
chef.
but I didn't even know that.
I got a
when
step bed.
Gonna actually get me to cook here because every time I go, I went to kind of like some festival. I don't know how to say it. Jamboree, things like that. So I will be in the back of the house and just for everybody. I do cooking competition, plating, decoration, and all of that. And when I was this, and I was now, yeah. Then I was like, okay, I'm
No, but
doing it
it's
now.
not true.
Yeah.
No. That's really something you did. I think it was hard.
Yeah.
That's the definition of a chef.
Because one of
It's inspiration.
one of the things I heard in the video is your people's houses with a bunch of spices. They go in the public refrigerator and make up a meal. That's a chef. I always tell people, say, what's the difference chef and a cook? Because everybody's going on TikTok, everybody's chef.
Right.
But, and I'm not down on anybody, but there are some good cooks. But they have to be taught by chef. I'm a chef, that's yourself, and just tell you, I call it, what do I call it, the refrigerator guys.
Yes.
I just go in there and go and make a meal. I don't, she's like, what do we eat? I don't know. I need to get with her.
Yeah, and it's
No,
always
and
delicious.
something like that.
I have to say it, you know,
But that's
it
what
wasn't
chef
so I'd say that.
Yeah.
You know what goes with the shop.
Yes.
And when you see what you have, then you know what goes into that. And that's the whole thing where a cook would know how to make a really good dish, but they had to be taught how to do that.
Right.
That inspiration just doesn't come.
Yeah.
So that,
Yeah, somehow he was born with that too. Yeah, but he really, yeah, but at some point.
I think 1,000 years ago, he
No, no,
had
it-
it's opposite.
Yeah.
Like when I was a child, I used to think my grandmother's rubber tree fan. And used to cut the leaves off and put it with salt and water and make soup out of the rubber tree.
Oh, really?
And taste the good. But I was a little kid, and the same thing. I just saw her in the kitchen all the time, so I figured, okay, that's what I gotta do.
Yeah.
You know, I see her cut stuff like that, that stuff.
We still have the rubber tree frames.
Oh, I wasn't allowed in the refrigerator, so they had a plant over there with green stuff. She had green stuff, all the different green stuff.
That's hilarious.
I got my own green stuff.
This is so funny.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
grandma's gone, but she's left us a lot of
Yeah.
things that are part of our
Right.
foundation.
Yeah.
Which is really useful.
But no,
Yeah.
and then my next question to you is, when things are, we went to the first Indonesian restaurant. I love it. I love it.
That experience.
Was it interesting? Is it like,
I mean, I would say more than 17,000 people. And then every island has its own food. And then in one island, you can have like tons of ethnicity. With their own places, with their own houses, with their own customs. And then on top of that, you have a then kind of like talent. Then when I go to Indonesian restaurant, I'm not expected what I would want. You know what I mean?
no step?
Yeah.
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 No, the reason why I asked, you had friends who came from Thailand, they work at the Thai restaurant. what is and we did that pad thai. What is that?
Yeah.
And yeah, pad thai, it's Thai food. They're like, you've heard about this stuff. But it's, you know, so
I think a lot of cuisines have kind of similar tonight.
American
Like this stuff.
but
Yeah.
but I remember
And
the
it's
video.
lost the originality
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, for me, it's like you said, yeah, it's their restaurant.
That they have.
Do whatever they have available. Then it's
Or what they
very-
feel like they were.
yeah, or they do what they work, or what they know.
Well, the one thing that
What they can locally source one more
The
time.
interviews, I
Yeah.
watched the other interviews you guys.
Yeah.
So the one thing I remembered is that you said about the meat.
Hmm.
You said, you know, pretty much everything vegetables, and then then I think it is. So yeah, so it depends which item, what they have, and that's, yeah. so
Yeah, the top of the soil, then you understand what you can grow, the type of flower.
And when it can grow.
So that's why when I go to any restaurant, and it's only in the restaurant, I try not to judge any that because they will have the English. Yeah. So okay, that's how they cook that this flavor. Okay, that's why every time when people come here, they come, you like it, and you don't like it, same thing. Next. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you talked about.
It is interesting.
Because, I mean,
It
our
have to be
our
clear to you
cuisine,
and
right.
how you want to create
Right,
that.
right.
Yes.
Our cuisine is from his memories of it.
Yeah, it's not
It's
necessarily.
not a Google recipe. You know, so when people come in, even Indonesians, and go,
And sure
that
you
was
have
his
that.
growing up, that's his experience from his mom, his grandmother, in his village, on his island of Indonesia.
Because I didn't
You know,
know
it can be that specific.
I didn't cook this back then when I was
Yeah.
in Indonesia. So it's more kind of like this, that. Then comes to my mind because when I call my mom how to make this a piece of this, a spoon of this, on the element that I make that. So then I had to go back to the flavor. This a little bit, with this a little bit. Okay, it's closer to what I used to.
Yeah. Next question. I know your answer, but I'm gonna let you answer it after. So, John first. So, on the menu, what is something that you think somebody should, people should order, and you know that they will absolutely love, but that is, that you don't order that? Is it something that,
That doesn't get ordered a lot.
yeah, that you think that maybe should try that they really would love it?
For me, like
I know your answer, I know your.
you know my answer.
Oh my God, that, all right, so you kind of threw in that today.
Yeah, so we were, yeah, let's get a shot at it.
That's what Chef Dan does.
Yeah, that wasn't on the list. That was a curveball. God. Well, that's not ordered that, no.
That is one. Oh, well, I just put this in people, if you want to teach them.
Well, but, they're not ordered that. I mean, maybe everything that I wanna, I am different, probably.
And then so, what do you recommend that somebody order on the menu here? That they're like,
That they're gonna like, for sure they eat something. The one that we're gonna show you. Okay. So yeah, why I say it eat something because the representation of place is like a picture and then it's done stuff and stuff. So you can take and yeah, I love that. Then because if you just okay one thing and then suddenly I'm not into tomato, oh I did in tomato. Okay. Then this one you have a bunch of options and then you use that. Oh, I like this more than the chicken. Like someone on top of this. Yeah, it represents the culture is there. So you have a judgment you want to feel that the stuff is always probably fried stubble and real stuff. Because back then, there's a little bit. Okay, so back then, real stubble. We were colonized by
So the people who colonize Indonesia like that stuff. Over here, like in European style, we're gonna put everything on the table. So like that. Everything.
Like a smorgasbord.
Yeah.
Everything is that way.
Okay.
So the maid or whatever is stand behind the food, they get one side, or I'm gonna be part of the going to the food. But that is easy. After they gone, it's going to our three supper is have preparation and together.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then put the sauce in, or whatever you want. Okay, I love that.
Yeah, because back then it's everything folded by, you know, like a Johnson Ivy or something.
Yeah, the Johnson Abbey.
Johnson Abbey, you know. Yeah, that's so now everything on the table because whoever is served them, that's the one that's eating now. So you better put everything on the table. Yeah, so yeah, get it?
Very nice. Yes, I like that. I like that. You can figure it out for
But the
yourself.
arrangement that I like,
Yeah.
that's not the arrangement, we actually, the kitchen that I'm gonna do a lot of.
Well, I mean, it's the truth. But I think
I've
I like that.
really
I like
pick
that.
anything on the video, yeah, and the menus, I did a lot of it.
Yeah.
But
Because everything in its way is different from everything else on the menu. You
And
know?
sometimes people are afraid to order something, they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And I like to point out that, hey, if you saw this, you're really gonna love it.
Yeah.
Now, and as a chef, you know what I need. There's food in the kitchen, you look at it and like,
Yeah.
you need to love that, you know, and that's, you know, that's what
Yeah,
I.
that would get their taste buds.
Yeah, that's
Right.
why.
Oh, they would. Up enough.
Yeah.
And allow it. Yeah.
Or sometimes what you feel like eating. So then they say, our like chicken, okay. I have this chicken dish, and then they, another one, why cannot do garlic and then this and then they can leave it here. Okay,
Yeah.
I can make it for you, but if
It's not
you
gonna be
want,
the same.
Yeah, you won't get the,
Yeah.
the very thing. That's what I say with, our restaurant, got real, somebody will be like, chicken on salad.
Ah, okay.
They didn't want the mushrooms, and they want it without them.
Yeah.
Chicken on salad, and you can
One
read
salad,
the
white
wine
wine.
and the mushrooms.
Yeah. So
So
you're
I-
gonna have
yeah.
something else.
So I said, yeah, we don't have that.
Yeah.
Oh, we can do non-chicken mushrooms.
Yeah, I
Or-
yeah, chicken and what? Just,
Yeah.
so I said, so you want just those things, fishes? No, I want them on salad. Okay, salad, the main one salad. Yeah, you want,
Right.
you know, so I just like, you know, I know what you mean when they start taking things out of recreation, we created that with those chickens, but yeah, once they start pulling things out, you're responsible.
Right.
You know,
And we
And
always
that's one
have
of my
to,
pet peeves.
Yeah.
Because if you're not gonna have it the way it's supposed to be cooked,
Yeah.
and you're pulling stuff out, that's not what they're doing. So,
Yeah, we do that. I look at the menu. I think, like, what we do. And it's like, oh, we can make it without it. No.
no.
So that's, then I'm not gonna get those.
Right.
So that is.
yeah, and we always have to,
Try that ingredient with that. Guess what? Surprise.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Not only is it good, but it's better than you could have imagined.
Right.
If you just allow yourself to open up to it.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Something else.
yeah.
Yes.
And then when
So you
I
can,
get,
so you can try it.
And then
the
replace
one
it.
is goat.
Oh, my gosh.
I couldn't stand it.
Keep going. Keep going, you couldn't stand.
Yeah, couldn't stand it. And she told me, this is good. What is this stuff? It looked like whipped cream or something. And what? What is that? What a cookie. And then we went somewhere else,
Same thing.
and it was like in a salad or something.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, I like it. So finally I looked at it and said, what?
And what about the one that was fried into a little?
Yeah, that thing I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was
They
amazing.
made a burrata out of that. And they
Yes.
put it over a truffle sauce. And I'm like, I think that's a lot of stuff. So,
Yeah.
I
So
went- I went
I
to-
lied to him,
Yeah.
but he tried
It
it.
is,
And now with those fusion
it's like so cute now.
if you have an opportunity to try it with coconut ice cream and roasted almond, we had that for dinner,
I'm
for
ready.
dessert last
I'm ready
night.
to dessert.
Amazing. It's so good. The coconut ice cream went over the big hunks of roasted, and then it was sprinkled with roasted almonds on top.
Yes.
Can we go have that again?
Yes, please.
That was good.
So one thing I'm going to do,
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'll be done. Okay, Stephen. Okay, you go now. Okay.
So wait.
Okay, so question.
Yeah, let me do this beginning. So
Okay.
mainly, from what I believe, you correct me if I'm wrong, you created these because with the volume of people you have done, right? You need a kitchen help. And obviously you still teach them how to manage 15 to 12 different spices in forms to mouth. You have that flavor that before your mother and you adjust the flavor. The people you hire, predominantly or not, or even if they are, there's 17,000 different islands, so they don't have that taste that you have. So what you did was you made the sauces, didn't have flavor. So basically, how you get started off from base, this is the base, and then we finish it off.
That was like, exactly.
All right,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
I looked it up.
Yeah, despite that, you already explained everything. The background why you do have this process, the seasoning, because you want to have consistency. The food has to be even I would say has to be in some kind of standard of that. You cannot just leave it out. You can do like half range.
Stay between the lines.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm okay with that. That's the point of this because you have to do everything from that. And you have like everything. No, if you want to just 1, 2, 3 stones, dump it, everything, cook your done.
You know, so what's gonna answer that? Well, what's gonna be?
Anything in it, whatever you want to do.
It could be breakfast, what we did.
If you want to have something, if you want to have something personal, put on your skin and like
I
it's gonna
love
take
that.
so good.
Okay,
anywhere.
One of my favorite ways to use this. This is another weird dream that I had. I woke up. I said, "Hey, Abby, I want to do baked bean cheese with bacon. Yeah, I want to mix the bases with cream cheese and I want to put it on a bagel." So we actually did a video on Instagram. It's been several years ago now, where we said, we're going to show you how to do a bagel in 6 bites. So we actually mixed a spoon of cream cheese with each one, and it ended up being 6 spoonfuls of base and cream cheese on a bagel, and tried it.
And you can make it butter.
I mean, you can mix it with anything, but it was so interesting and so out there that each of the bases just combined so well with the cream cheese that it was like an explosion of flavor in the mouth. So when we show people, you can literally do things in the window. There's 0 limit.
Yeah. I heard that you wanted to eat show. And usually with 3 meals, that's a bunch of dinners with one base.
Oh, probably. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, so you went on the show, you said.
Oh,
But this one.
yeah, we went to the five.
Oh, Washington D.C. Yeah.
Yeah, what is it?
Oh,
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I can send it.
One base. One base. And it's two different.
How do you come?
We called it the Menage a Trois.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so 3 layers.
Yeah.
And
It's not
depending on what you mix it with,
Right.
there is something in the base because there's 10, 12, 15 things in that base. So depending on what you pair it with or cook it with, it's going to taste nice. And you're going to taste something different. You're not really going to know that you're using the same base for 3 different years. And it's just full something out of there. And you go, oh my God. So you literally can do anything with that.
Yes,
Even if you have one.
or not necessarily you have to put in the recent.
Yeah.
You can put anything, or you have your favorite recipe, and then I'm gonna freeze a little bit with it. I'm gonna add some of the seasonings, and even the second food, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, we're right the other under that, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick it up that day. Bottom video.
And it's also Shopify, Instagram, Gold Belly.
And it's still better than something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's very.
I love the uniqueness of it.
Yeah, so outside of the restaurant, that's where we have an opportunity to explore the flavors and what we can, mix with it. And that's what we do, because that's really where, in our minds, that's where we can meet people and let them know. And I said, try what you know with this. And that's the starting point. People that are unfamiliar with the flavors and stuff like that, when you try to get them to understand Indonesian dishes, you're going to lose so many people. But if you meet them with what they know,
where they
then you
are.
can bring them in.
Like a safety net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm probably gonna say something, but some of the things. I'm a chef. I've been doing this close to 40, and I didn't know it's that bad.
Yeah.
All these years, I did not know. So again, you say like flavors and all they did, they want this, they don't want fries. Listen, try it. Yeah. No, don't say no. Yeah, then you're gonna miss stuff.
You're gonna miss a lot.
You're gonna miss a lot, and like I said, all these years. I thought I watched that video yesterday. I like it. And you guys continue to see. And I just, all these years, I never knew.
Thanks for watching, everyone, to another delicious episode of Who's at the Chef's Table with Chef Dan. Join us next week for more culinary adventures. This show's a proud joint production of SoFlo Dining and the Beachside Directory. Head over to soflodining.com to subscribe for free to our online magazine, packed with awesome features, discounts, and South Florida dining tips. SoFlo Dining is your go-to guide for all things tasty in the Sunshine State. See you soon.